As the sun rises, the mist that had been hiding transforms into clouds and sea. It dances. The water does not push against the mountain, nor does the mountain hold back the water. The mountains in the forest never stay still for long. The marten has become a representative predator among the wildlife of the Korean Peninsula. It has been more than half a century since national parks were established on the Korean Peninsula. These are the national parks of Korea, a land of life. Though the sun fades, not all the light is taken from the world. The moon fills the void left by the sun. It generously reflects a dim light for all the beings of the night. It even falls upon the yew tree that remains standing 1,000 years after its death. It is early morning, before the sun has risen. Though heavy clouds shroud the mountain, they do not impede her climb. Now in her late 60s, she prepares to climb Mount Jiri. Since coming to this place, it has become her daily habit. After discovering the forgotten Baekdudaegan Trail, she was the first to walk it and has continued to do so.
내 앞에 놓인 긴 길, 내가 걷지 않으면 절대 줄어들지 않는다. 인생도 누가 대신 살아주는 것이 아니라 내가 살아야 한다. 나는 내 삶을 살듯 길을 가고 있다. 수천 번 같은 산, 같은 길을 오르고 있다. 하지만 이 길은 단 한순간도 같은 풍경인 적이 없었던 것 같아.
Each time she comes, she visits this pine tree, a trusted companion.
잘 계셨습니까? 저 잘 다녀왔습니다.
She has just returned home after winning the Albert Mountain Prize, also known as the Nobel Prize for Mountaineers.
당당하다. 품위가 있다. 나이 들수록 나무들은 더 당당해진다. 잘생겼어, 잘생겼어. 어쩜 이렇게 잘생겼어. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 당당하고 싶다. 우아해지고 싶다. 나도 나무처럼 나이 들고 싶다. 나도 나무처럼 늙고 싶네.
But when she comes here, her heart aches. The scar left by tapping pine tree resin is still visible after 80 years.
지금도 얼마나 상처가 깊으면 아직도 송진을 이렇게 내고 계시네. 죄송합니다. 송진을 내보낸다는 건 자기 상처를 회복하기 위한 건데 아직도 상처가 회복이 덜 되셨나. 그래도 이렇게 견뎌주셔서 진짜 감사합니다. 인간이 이런 짓을 하고 삽니다. 죄송합니다. 그래서 잘 견뎌주세요. 그대로 두자. 그대로 두자. 제발 그대로 두자.
Nothing on earth remains unchanged. As time flows, even the great mountains change their appearance in thousands of ways. That change revolves around the seasons. Nature's clock is always correct. Martens had almost disappeared, but they are now often seen in the mountains. On a rotten tree, a marten and a flock of crows quarrel over something. No one seems to be giving way. Once a year, at the end of October, at Samsung Palace, 800 meters above sea level, a ceremony of thanks to the heavens is held. This lost and forgotten ceremony has been restored. It is now a dramatic performance watched by overseas visitors. This yew tree died 1,000 years ago, but its spirit still lives on. The Baekdudaegan Trail has become the backbone of the Korean Peninsula. And the national parks have been woven into the surrounding landscape. The national parks have served to protect the mountains, and the forests have begun to be restored. Before spring passes, the eagle owl must raise its young. The dense forest provides shelter for various living creatures.
홀로 자전거에 살림살이를 싣고 다니며 전국 100개의 산을 두 다리로 올랐다. 산을 오를 때마다 땀이 흐른다. 생각은 녹아내리고 감정은 조용해진다. 비는 비대로 내리고 풀벌레는 풀벌레대로 운다. 서로 간섭하지 않는다.
After just 1 month, the nest is packed with owlets as big as their mother. Endangered wild animals, such as the long-tailed goral, fox, and Asiatic black bear, have begun to recover. But to witness these animals in the forest requires patience and luck. A wild animal emerges from the mountain, surrounded by civilization. This fox, who has become accustomed to the food people throw, is a male that was released on Mount Sobek in December 2021. GPS tracking shows he traveled 400 kilometers to the south over 8 months. Foxes, which became virtually extinct due to poaching and rat poison, have been restored to the national park since 2012. They have spread throughout the country, and some even crossed the DMZ into North Korea. Including 3 babies and their parents, these 5 foxes form a family. Before being released onto Mount Sobek, they are being trained to adapt to the wild. In the wild, rabbits are the fox's prey. The fox is filled with curiosity, but it can't easily approach the rabbit. And then it instinctively chases. It seems like more training is needed. Unlike in captivity, there are no second chances in the wild. As the sun rises, the dormant water awakens to dance once more. It may not fall as rain, but water moistens all creatures equally as mist. When water grows jealous of the sun, it rises up as mist and silences everything.
저 새소리로 새가 본문을 하니 여기 앉았어.
네.
스님하고 나한테 본문. 소리구나. 소리는 지나가고 바람도 지나가는데 지나가는 소리와 지나가는 바람에 걸리고 얽매여서 집착할 것이 없구나 이런 생각이 드네. 그래서 옛 사람들은 이 자연을 보고 본문을 들은 거야. 정사는 나를 보고 말없이 살라 하고 장공은 나를 보고 티없이 살라 하네.
Water that fell under the influence of gravity hits the sky once again. The world, which never rests, changes its appearance in this way. Water seeps through the rocks, and then the wind follows through the smallest crevices. Over time, water and wind smooth all the rough things in the world. It may happen slowly, but mountains also undergo subtle changes in their form. It seems only humans grow frustrated at the slowness of change. This dizzyingly high cliff was once an object of awe. But now it has become an addictive spot for rock climbers. People risk their lives to climb the cliff. This plant lives perilously close to the edge of the cliff. To grow rice on this steep landscape, farmers must build terraced rice fields. Mountains abound with life in the summer. After being driven into the mountains by civilization, these plants flourish here once again. Let's take a look at some places that were off limits to people. Treasures that were once hidden reveal themselves. However, some places are too large to be hidden. This waterfall rises so high that we must step 1 kilometer back to see it in its entirety. With 3 sections, its total height is 320 meters. Time, wind, and water have crafted it with their patient touch. The water's patience is etched into the rock over and over. With its towering height, the falling water transforms into spray, then reunites once more as water. In this way, the water repeats its curious and remarkable journey. Autumn arrives silently, in color. There's a person who lives in this high, isolated place. While the villages below are busy with rice harvesting, something else is harvested here.
살아가는데 필요한 것은 늘 가까이에 있습니다.
These pears are the product of water, soil, and sunlight. They will be used in medicine.
아무리 하찮게 보이는 식물이라도 다 성질이 다릅니다. 그 성질을 알면 그것이 약초가 되고 약이 됩니다. 알면 보입니다. 키 큰 이 배나무도 나에겐 낙입니다. 여기서는 공기조차 약입니다.
People are not the only ones who climb trees here. What is she doing? This bear diligently picks something out of the tall oak tree. It's an acorn. It might look like she's being wasteful, but her mouth is very delicate. She takes only the nut out, chews it, and throws away the rest. Her mouth works like delicate hands. When you're done picking pears, or when you're done eating, you have to come down. Asiatic black bears were released on Mount Jiri over 20 years ago. But not all of them stay exclusively on Mount Jiri. These are the movements of the male bear Osami over 1 year. After leaving Mount Jiri, he was spotted on Mount Gaya, then traveled through 5 provinces. The following year, he also visited Mount Songri further to the north. Starting with Osami, Asiatic black bears are now moving far beyond Mount Jiri. As of the end of 2022, there were a total of 77 bears. The bears are scattered far beyond the boundaries of Mount Jiri. So now, it is no longer rare to meet a bear on any mountain in Korea. Thanks to the moon and starry skies. At 4 a.m., when all are asleep,
하는 거 당연하지. 지금 줄 서갖고 아까 이거 많이 잘 썼네.
this 3-story stone pagoda has greeted the morning sun for 1,500 years. She started her day earlier than anyone else, but now she is getting busy. There is something that must be done before the morning worship.
땅콩도 줘야 되고. 땅콩. 신땅콩.
As this chipmunk's cheeks grow full, it becomes better equipped to survive the impending winter. The stairs here are steep, like a cliff. And so all must bow their heads. It's all about being humble. Muryangsujan Hall, built in a paradise, was designed to reduce greed and extravagance. This wooden structure has endured rain, wind, and sun for over 1,000 years. This place is suffused with Avatamsaka thinking, which argues for the absence of distinctions, differentiation, and boundaries. Once a year, a giant portrait of Buddha is hung here. The usually quiet mountain temple is bustling today. The eagle owl has already finished raising its young. The wild mountain, in early autumn, readies itself for winter. Though all other life has faded away, the tea tree leaves remain green. But in a single night, the fall has become winter. Amidst these frozen landscapes, life grasps at any chance to endure. However, life is difficult to sustain in the high mountains. Life's breath, frozen in awe of the snow and wind. Once again, the snow falls. And everything is buried under it. Living beings must always strive to endure. They hold the wisdom of endurance. At this time, the honey in the beehive is an irresistible temptation. Once again, time slips past. In that endless circle, water flows between sky and earth, never pausing. After her morning climb, there is something she does as a daily ritual. It's sipping tea on a sunny garden bench, gazing at the mountain.
산은 나의 신이자 나의 종교이며 나 자신이다. 신을 섬기듯 산을 섬긴다. 나는 남북이 하나로 이어지는 완성된 백두대간을 걷고 싶다. 정말 간절하게 걷고 싶다.
These are the national parks of Korea, a land of life.